Zaunstar, he is a guy who I met when I first did the video with Ashley, and I've been following his YouTube, and he's super awesome. So he does his video, I guess responding to another video. This is so meta, this particular video, that talking about a guy who's changing his religion. He's talking about it on YouTube, and he talks about whether or not, what emotions go into somebody who is going from a believer to a non-believer. Now, I can only speak from my perspective, and I was at one point a believer, but like barely. Like I was like a Methodist. Like I was brought up, I was confirmed Methodist, and like I've always kind of said that, like, you know, basically the religion that I was brought up in, like you can kind of go from that to atheist with like a long nap. You're just gonna go to sleep and wake up and you're like, oh God, I am hungry and there's no God. Well, yeah, I guess those things are true. But he talked about the trauma that goes from being a believer to a non-believer. And there's something that I think kind of gets lost in the atheist community about why there is that trauma. And I think part of it is the intellectual of there is a God or there is no God, and there's a psychic trauma to that. But a lot of it, I believe, is social. I know for me, when I was being raised and going to like vacation Bible school, I wasn't going to vacation Bible school because my mom wanted me to be a more pious individual. I was going to vacation Bible school because that was cheap, and friends of ours in the neighborhood ran it. And there is a social element that I think goes along this stuff. Like for me, the stuff I miss the most about not going to church and not going to after school and stuff like that at the church wasn't that I was away from God, and it wasn't like I really had no kind of psychic trauma. Like I just kind of, was just one thing I woke up and I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's pretty silly. It was the social element. It was me not being around my friends. You know what it was? Foursquare. And not that stupid stuff that bothers everybody's Twitter. No, I mean old school Foursquare. I mean, you lay down masking tape and get out a big red ball, and kid here will house you. I will house you to this day. And this is a challenge to YouTube as a whole. The first Methodist, I don't even know what it's called, of Hollywood, Florida. My skills were honed in that church. I worshiped the God of Foursquare. And that's what I missed. But I think that's a lot of it. You know, it's like leaving summer camp. You know, it's like getting transferred to a new school. And it's not just a kid thing, because I think the older you get, the more those roots are. Now, all of a sudden, what if that church is also the place where you had your first kiss? What if also that was the place where you made all your best friends? What if that's where you got married? You know, and then you have this kind of split and you're not there anymore. I don't know. I think that's where a lot of the trauma comes in. And that's when people go from being a believer to a non-believer. There's a lot of difficulty there. But that's my thought. That's my reply to Zaunstar. So Zaunstar, Crocoduck Army, represent. See you guys later.